Alright, what is up guys? How's it going? So, as you can see, all the parts to get the Miata running finally came in. So, we have the water pump right here. We have this little thermostat engine housing piece. We have this little thermostat housing piece. We have a new valve cover. There's a timing belt and a water pump in here, and all the pulleys and gaskets and stuff. And we got new upper and lower silicone hoses. And we got a new 2-row radiator that we're gonna throw in. So the water pump and timing belt is kind of a big job, and just because I have to get down in here and replace this piece, I'm gonna have to take the valve cover off, take the cam gears off, just so I can get to this plate back here and take that off. A bunch of stuff is gonna have to come out. Let's go ahead and start disconnecting things, and yeah, let's get this water pump changed out, and hopefully by the end of today she's gonna be running. All the cosmetic stuff, we're still working on that. That's gonna happen too. But right now, the most important thing is just to get her running right now. Let's go ahead and get that water pump installed. Alright, so when you're removing the accessory belts, so you just loosen up this bolt right here. You loosen up the bolt in there, and then you should be able to slide the pump up and down, the assembly, and then this belt just comes right off. Just like that. Then the same thing on the alternator. All you have to do is loosen this bolt and then the tensioning bolt. You don't even have to loosen the bottom bolt in most cases. You could just put a screwdriver in here and kind of pivot the alternator, and then this belt will come off just like that. And as you can see, this belt is completely chewed up. So that's that. So now what we can go ahead and do is loosen these bolts on the pulleys, on the bottom one and the top one, and then we can take the valve cover off next. So also, when you're taking off these pulleys, I totally forgot, but you keep the belts on and take these bolts off before you take the belts off. Otherwise these things will just spin. So I just put the belt just on there and I kind of tension it with my hand while I got those bolts off, and then you could just go ahead and pop the belt right off when you loosen these things, because these pulleys, especially the top one, is going to spin like that, and it's going to be really hard to get these bolts out. Alright, so as you can see, I'm trying to get the valve cover off right now. So I've moved everything out of the way, disconnected all this stuff right here, got all the coil packs out, and there's a bolt back here that you got to take out. It's some kind of oil connect right here that goes right here, so you can just unhook it back there. And then there's a couple of plugs in the back, but once everything's unbolted, you could just kind of go around and lightly loosen all the bolts and evenly take off the valve cover. So let's go ahead and take this off. Alright, so as you guys can see, I got the valve cover off. Put that right there, and then this is what the car looks like with the valve cover off. Look at that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take off this pulley and then the bottom pulley. We're going to take off all the covers in the back, and we'll start digging into this thing. So let's go. Alright, so as you guys can see, I got the timing covers off, and look at this. This is what the whole timing belt and water pump assembly kind of looks like. So next, you see this crank bolt right here that holds everything. I'm gonna have to get that off, and that's supposed to be the hardest part of this job because these things like to seize up. Hopefully I can break this loose. Let's get it. Alright, hopefully this works. Oh, come on. Are you serious? Come on, come on. Oh, I got it. Let's go. Alright, so after using that whole jack handle, I got the bottom bolt, which is supposed to be the hardest part of this whole install. We got that thing undone. Go ahead and take it out. So after we loosen these pulleys, we can unhook that spring, and then we'll be able to slide the timing belt off. Alright, we got the tension off, and now timing belt should just slide right off. Look at that. This thing is not in horrible condition, but we might as well replace it. Alright, so this is the water pump kit that I ordered. It's D&J. It comes with all the seals. It comes with the water pump. Right now we're going to be replacing the crank seal. So we have to figure out which one of these is the crank seal. And yeah, so let's go ahead and figure that out. And it also comes with all the other gaskets. Alright, so I got the old crank seal out. Let's go ahead and throw the new one in. Here's our new seal compared to the old one. Evenly press it in. It fits right in. Alright, so now in order to get to the backing plate, I need to take off these cam gears. So I'm gonna have a wrench on the little hex thing on the cams, and we're just gonna, oh my god, these are on there. Okay, let's try this. This should get it. Oh my god. There we go. Jeez, those cam gears were on there. So we're taking these cam gears off in order to get to this back plate so I could take it off, and so I could get to these seals, the cam seals. There's one right here, there's one behind this gear, and don't worry about the timing because we're going to retime it all at the end and make sure everything's set up correctly. So let's get this cam gear off now. The VVTi NB Miatas are different because they have this weird VVTi cam gear, but it just has this little plate that you got to take off, and then there's, I think it's a 17mm bolt that just comes off, and then this whole piece should just come right off. But on this side it has a bigger camshaft seal. Alright, so I finally cracked this bolt. Now our cam gear should just come right off. Just like that. See? Now we can get this back plate off, and I could replace this thermostat housing, or whatever it's called, engine hose housing. Here are the cam seals that we're going to replace as well. So let's take this plate off. Alright, so all the bolts are out, and now this plate should just come right off, just like that. Boom! Check that out, guys. Now these two bolts is what holds this piece right here, and we can just replace that, and yeah. Alright, the bolts are out. Let's pop this thing out. Boom. That's the old broken piece right there. And let's go ahead and throw the new one on. And this seal is kind of dried out. On the new one has a way better seal, so we're going to use that one probably. So here's the broken one. Here's the new one I'm putting in. Boom, and that's going to go right there. I'm just going to go ahead and clean both surfaces. Then we're going to go ahead and just put the new one right on and start putting everything back after we replace the water pump as well. The water pump is what we're going to do next after this thing.
No, hold on. He gets his head. Okay, we're gonna...
Alright, so here's the old water pump. It's out. Here's the new one. Now I'm replacing all these gaskets. So I'm just gonna go ahead and line all that up, screw it in, and we're gonna go ahead and throw that water pump in. But first I have to clean up all the surfaces on the engine here. So before we put the water pump back on, we're gonna go ahead and do that. So we have the new water pump in and torqued down. Everything's pretty much connected. This thermostat housing is on and bolted down. Camshaft seals behind both the cam gears, and there's one back here. So we're gonna go ahead and change those seals out, and we're gonna start just putting everything back together. Alright guys, so I have all new seals into the engine, so now we're gonna put the cam gears on. This is an NB2, so it has a VVTi cam gear. The way that you align the cam gears though for any engine is that on the cam gears there's gonna be an E and an I depending on the cam gear. This is gonna be your exhaust side, and this is your intake side. And then there's these little pins on the cams. So let's say this is the exhaust side, and there's an E on the cam gear. So we're gonna align that pin right there, and we're gonna pop the gear on. And as you see, that pin's aligned with the E. And then once we do that, we could just screw this cam gear in just like that. All right, and then for this side, for the VVTi, this one's gonna be a little bigger. You're gonna kind of have to look in there, and there's gonna be that little place for the pin. Everything's pretty much back together. The new pulleys are on. This bottom crank gear is on. Now we're ready to install the timing belt, so let's go ahead and throw it on, and we'll keep going. So when everything is timed properly, that notch on the bottom is the first point that should line up. Then the E should be on top. Your eye should be, your eye right here, and the notch right here, if you run your finger, should be in line with this piece right here. So that's lined up. You should have tension up here, and then this notch right here, there's a notch right there. If you run your finger down, it should line up with this E, because there's no I's or E's on the VVTi. So that's all lined up. My tensioner's tightened down, and this car is pretty much timed. I'm still gonna have to start it and see if it starts, which I think it should. But you also want to give it a couple of spins, like at least 2 or 3 spins manually from the crank bolt, just so everything kind of lines up and the timing belt sets into position. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Oh, I need to take my zip tie off. Hold up. I'm pretty much ready to put the valve cover back on. I'm gonna change the valve cover gasket. So let's get rid of this old one. Yeah, this old one is like, it's still probably reusable because it wasn't really leaking, but it's a little hard. So let's go ahead and throw the new one in. You still need to put some RTV where the cam caps are on the engine, so I'll show that in a second. So let's go ahead and open this. So we gotta make sure all our channels are clean, which they look like they are for the most part. Alright, so now I'm gonna get some silicone gasket, and I'm gonna put it on the cap corners right here, and back there. So there's gonna be 6 spots where you're gonna put a little blob of the gasket sealer in the corners, just so you have that better seal in the corners. Alright, all that's sealed up. This can go back on. I think that's it. So now we just have to tighten the bolts up and we should be good. I just realized I got new upper and lower radiator hoses. These are silicone radiator hoses. They're pretty sick. We're just gonna replace this old crusty lower radiator hose with this one, and then this one's for the upper radiator hose. So we're gonna go ahead and throw those new hoses in. Oh, also quick thing before you put the lower pulleys on, make sure you put these plastic lower timing covers on first before that bottom pulley. So yeah. So the engine is back together pretty much, and I just need to clean up and move this car in for the night. It's like, what time is it? It's like 1 a.m. right now. So tomorrow, all I have left is to throw the radiator in, connect all the hoses, fill it up with coolant, and see if she starts. So engine is back together. We fixed that thing. We got new belts. We got new accessory belts. We got new timing belt. So one step closer, guys. We still have to figure out all that stuff and how we're gonna weld the new piece in. Tomorrow we're gonna get it running, and then we're gonna move on to the cosmetic stuff. So let's get it. See you guys tomorrow. Last night I finished the water pump install, the timing belts, like everything, all the new seals. I'm pretty sure I timed it right, but we're gonna find out. Before we put the radiator in, we're gonna see if she starts. So let's go ahead and see if she blows up, if she starts. Hopefully I got the
safety glasses on.
Hopefully I got the timing right. So let's see. And hopefully everything's plugged in. Ready?
Go for it. Send it. That didn't sound very good.
Ready?
Ready. Come on, baby, start. They're turning.
The gears?
The gears are turning.
The timing might be like a tooth off or something. Ooh.
Oh.
Alright guys, so I finally got her started. I'm going to show you what happened. So down here, behind the crank pulley, there's this little disc. And if you put that disc the wrong orientation, it would not start. So the timing and everything was correct, but it wouldn't start because of that disc. So I had to basically take everything apart, check all the timing. Timing was correct, and that disc was just flipped over. But now, check this out. Check this out, guys. The belts are a little squealy because we need to tighten them up, but look at this. She starts. So as you can see, the belts are squealing because they're a little loose and they're brand new belts. So I'm just gonna have to adjust the belts, but she starts right up, guys. Timing's correct. Now, pretty much, we got her running. So we just have to put the new radiator in, fill it up with coolant tomorrow. And pretty much, this is it, guys. So next, I already talked to my welder buddy. We're gonna get rid of all this, cut this out, and hopefully this week, we're gonna weld in a brand new radiator core headlight bracket. So the cosmetic stuff is also going to be done this week, hopefully. So we got her running, guys. Everything works now. I'm super happy, and let's end it on a good note. Hope you guys like this video. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one when we are going to cut all this stuff out and weld the new pieces on. So, peace. Alright guys, so I don't want to start it. I tightened up the belts. I don't want to really start it and run it long, but I'm going to show you it doesn't squeak anymore. As you can see, we did it, guys. So, let's go. Hope you guys liked the video. See you next time.